This train ticket is all the rage in Yongkang. It says永保安康, or eternal peace and good health. A special breakfast that's only reserved for the early bird. Old Shinto shrines tucked away in an alley, century shops, and a 1,000-year ruin. What other secrets is Yongkang hiding? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Alex. We're at Yongkang train station. It's fairly convenient to come to Yongkang. You can either take a train or you can take a bus. You can also get a train station ticket as a souvenir. Let's go take a look at Yongkang. Let's go.
Both the red 10 or green 5 of the Tainan city bus can take you to Yongkang. The train is another great option too. Meat pudding is a special breakfast in Yongkang, and they aren't the same as regular meatballs. Having meat pudding for breakfast has its origin in Yongkang and a few neighboring districts. What sets meat pudding apart from meatballs? Let's go have a taste.
And we're now at Hanjichu.
To enjoy Yongkang's special breakfast, simply board the Green 17 bus and hop off at the Fansuchuo bus stop. It's as easy as that. Meat pudding was first made and sold by Huang Suipo, a Yongkang resident from Fansuchuo in 1918. First, you take freshly ground indica rice milk and stir into hot water to make a thick paste. Then pour in some minced meat and fried shallots. The mixture is then molded into a circular shape with the help of a small container and allowed to cool before being fried on a hot plate. This is meat pudding. Why don't we dig in? This is delicious. This bowl of meat pudding looks very hearty. What's inside?
So the gravy is made with big chunk of pork along with milkfish, and it definitely make a great breakfast.
Make sure to get up early if you want to enjoy some meat pudding. If you wake up late, you might miss the opportunity to try this delicious Yongkang specialty. Hey, David here, and I'm in Xisi, a community in the district of Yongkang. Rumor has it that there's a 100-year-old noodle factory in this area, so let's go check it out. This is the owner, Mr. Liu, of a very historic noodle factory. 老板你好。
好，弟弟你好，各位观众朋友大家好。
Wow, this place looks very interesting. Can we go take a look around?
好，可以啊。
老板，听说你们这边已经有100年的历史了，可不可以介绍一下你们的百年工厂？
历史百外档，传承第5代。
The first generation noodle factory was founded when the owner's great-grandfather married a girl from Fuzhou and brought the Fuzhounese way of making noodles to Tainan. The early days of noodle making was no easy stroll in the park. The current owner is the 4th generation heir of the business, and a very innovative one at that. He mechanized the operation and made the entire process that much more convenient. He also experiments with biotechnology to prolong the shelf life of the noodles without adding preservatives. There are many different noodle making machines here as well, and each has a separate function. The owner calls one of them High Speed Rail 1 and the other High Speed Rail 2.
这个是我自己设计的，我的灵感来自于那个高铁。
Look at all these noodles. 老板，你这面好多种类，可不可以跟我们介绍一下？
开始做是做面线。按面线来就做面干、无春面干。
Dry noodles are the same as the more familiar guanmiao noodles. There are also yangcun noodles, rice ribbon noodles, assorted egg noodles, as well as knife-cut rice noodles, knife-cut noodles, and longevity noodles, just to name a few. This very long machine, it's actually a really specialized contraption for making vermicelli or really thin noodles. And what it does is that it stretches the noodles out over the length of this corridor, and it's about 30 meters. But it's not just 30 meters, because the noodles actually loops around the contraption. So sometimes the total length of the noodles are actually up to thousands of feet. This vermicelli machine is really cool. From one end of the machine to the other, it's able to finish making the noodles and dry them at the same time. The next step is packaging. Isn't this remarkable? What's that? Oh, a gift? Thank you. Next time you guys come to Yongkang, definitely pick one of these up, and I know what I'm going to be having for dinner tonight. Hey, mister, what is this?
少年，阮遮生后生爱请人食水果饼。
Congratulations.
我请你食一只水果饼，来。
Oh, thank you. To die for. These fruit pastries. You know what? Let's go find a place where they make these. I think this is the right place. Let's go and see how they make these pastries. Let's go. The fruit pastry of Xishi is sometimes known as water pastry. Legend has it that over 100 years ago, the villagers of Yongkang would gather in front of Guangxing Temple to pray to General Xie for the birth of male heirs. Those who were successful in giving birth to a male heir would then be obliged to share a large pastry with the public, and this tradition remains to this day. On the 20th day of the first month of the lunar calendar is the pastry sharing festival. Because fruit pastry was historically carried on carrying poles, the pastry sharing festival is sometimes called the pastry carrying festival. The fruit pastry here are all handmade, with the filling made with sweet potato paste, maltose, fruit juice, and superfine sugar. Once the pastry is ready, the shopkeeper's wife will write on it. This really is an old fruit pastry bakery. It's my first time seeing a gas oven that you have to ignite first before using it. It's very unique. Don't leave Yongkang before trying this amazing dessert first.
So we are here in Dawan in front of Guanghu Temple. In this area, there are a lot of delicious small food shops here.
This is perhaps the busiest place in Dawan, which is a neighborhood in Yongkang. Dawan also has its famous peanut brittle. There are so many shops selling peanut brittle here.
This is the Yongda Night Market, and I'm gonna take you to the shop of my childhood memory. Wow, it looks so delicious here. We have the original flavor, and we have the roll and crush flavor. I can't wait to try this.
This is the original flavored peanut brittle.
It's really good.
It has a very intense peanut aroma, and the maltose isn't too sweet either. This is so much more than just peanut brittle.
This is childhood memory.
They also have peanut rolls. Basically, it's the original flavored peanut brittle that's been crushed in a machine until the maltose has been mixed evenly with the peanuts.
The texture is really silky and elegant. This is romantic.
To make delicious peanut brittle, stir together maltose, water, and sugar over heat. Then pour peanuts into a mixture and simmer for 2.5 hours before setting it in a pan. Once it's cooled down, it's ready to hit the shelves.
我做囡仔阵12、12岁，代表你做啊。
The peanut brittle of Dawan was first founded by Mr. Zhen Daxi and has been passed down for 4 generations. Most of the peanut brittle shops in Dawan are operated by Mr. Zhen Daxi's descendants.
阮老爸有传来都，阮这辈我上大学啦。
Zhen Fengyuan used to sell peanut brittle with his father, Zhen Jingfu, in front of the temple. Having inherited his father's excellent skills, he insists on doing things the traditional way to pass down his grandfather's recipe and to pass it down to his own son. This sweet flavor that is close to 100 years old will be ingrained in the hearts of Yongkang residents as a sweet memory. When in Yongkang, definitely indulge in some delicious peanut brittle and savor both its history and tradition. We're on the premise of the Taiwan Sugar Corporation, but now it has become a lush green Eden in the city. I phoned up my friend Mr. Hong to show me around, because apparently there's a few hidden gems in this area, so let's go find him. Hey, we're with Mr. Hong. 洪先生你好。
好，各位好，亲爱的观众大家好。
This area looks very interesting. Let's ask Mr. Hong about the history of this place.
这边叫做三民里哦，它以前叫做三坎店麻烦表。
During the Qing Dynasty, this place was a major thoroughfare linking Tainan to Jiayi.
汤堂哦，这是日本人建设的嘛，哦。
The Shinto shrine was built in Showa 6 or 1931. The Sando is the path approaching a Shinto shrine.
神圣哦，有一个叫破犬哦，九灾。
But now only the foundation remains. Further down are 6 pairs of Toro or stone lanterns, commonly seen in Japanese gardens. From the pillar holes in the ground, you can tell where the torii once stood. To the left, you can see a chochubachi, which is a water basin. Next, we have the Haiden, or the Hall of Worship. and surrounding it is the tamagaki, or fence that surrounds a Shinto shrine. The fences here are of a washed granolithic finish and marked with the names of the donors. Once you climb the stairs, you can see where the honden, or the main hall, once stood. However, the honden has since disappeared, leaving only the base and a few bolts and holes in the ground.
从这边看过去，这个西南方，那个以前就是制糖工厂。
Looking at the Shinto shrine and the sugar factory, what you see was the center of people's faith and belief. Even though the shrine has been in ruins for so many years, it's still easy to see from the remaining foundation that, while it was not a large shrine, it was still impeccably built.
Baby， 我跟你介绍一下哈，这个就是我们这边很重要的一个古物。
The monument to Sir John's levy was a stone stele commissioned by the Qing Dynasty Royal Court in 1771. The stele bears two words, Huangqing, as a sign of respect for the Qing Dynasty, along with a double dragon motif. The stele commemorates Magistrate Zhang Yunxun, who donated his salary to repair the levees along the Yansui River, as well as building new roads and bridges.
You know, although in the middle of a city, right in this place back in 2007, scientists actually found the breeding population of the farmland green tree frog. Now, what's that? Well, the farmland green tree frog is actually an endemic species of tree frog found only in Taiwan. How special is that? You know, though from the outside this place may not look like much, but in reality, there's a lot of heritage here. Not only is there the Shinto shrine, there's also the green tree frogs. That's really special. So if you guys are into history or ecology, this is a place to check out.
This is the Yongkang Park. It's also an historical site. It looks like it's got an amazing view. Let's take a walk.
Yongkang Park is in Yongkang District, right alongside Fuguo Road and Xingguo Street. Yongkang Park also sits on the site of the 4,000-year-old Wangdao ruins. The park is also rich in biodiversity and is a wonderful place for an afternoon stroll.
This is a really beautiful park. Anytime when you're in the mood to take a stroll in the park, you should definitely try to come here. And this shop is a hidden jewel inside the traditional market. Only the locals knows about this. So let's come and see how it tastes like. Hello, this is my friend Ann. He's the owner of the shop here. Hello, Ann.
Hey, Alex 你好，各位观众朋友大家好。
So Ann, where does your beef come from?
都是天从上化的肉品市场，直接宰杀完毕后送过来这边。
So what are the highlights of your beef?
我们除了说它是上化的最新鲜的温体牛之外，我们厉害的地方就是说我们部位很多种。
Different cuts of beef should taste differently, right? Should they be cooked differently as well?
So Ann, since your beef is so good, can you teach us how to cook the beef?
很简单，虽然部位很多种，但是由于它新鲜，有些人喜欢吃生。
For those of you who like it rare, make sure to blanch it quickly. If you like it more well done, simply blanch it longer. The thing is, if the beef is fresh, it's going to taste good regardless.
那我先用烫的试给你看。
To blanch it, simply place the beef in a hot pot ladle and lower it into the pot. Pour it around a few times and make sure you don't put too much beef in there at the same time. You need enough space to properly blanch the beef and to achieve that perfect texture. It's very fresh and rich umami. It's very tender and it literally dissolves in your mouth.
那还有第二种吃法。
Put some beef into a bowl, and as before, don't overdo it. Next, pour some boiling hot soup directly into a bowl.
然后先把它搅拌一下，然后一样先吃原味。
Wow, the soup is very sweet, and the meat is so tender compared to last one.
牛肉呢，肉质相当的鲜美，然后是采取今天的新鲜牛，那加上这个汤汁的滚烫之后，这个肉质吃下去有点入口即化。
If you're craving for some good beef in Tainan, definitely do not miss this shop in Yongkang. It is one of the best in Yongkang.